guys, meet with us again. I'm Calista.
I'm Sakcin.
I'm Wayan.
And I'm Nisa.
So we are having a mini podcast with Group 5.
And today we have guests from the expert in IT field. What a concept, we are information student. And then today we will answer questions from some followers in Sakcin Q&A Instagram. Yeah. Okay, before we continue, Mister, let's first get to know our guest star is Mr. Prabu. Could you introduce yourself a little bit background and your job expertise?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Prabu. I'm from Bali, and my mother is from America, so I'm kind of a mixed breed. And I studied IT in 2008 when I went to college in Bandung, and I took information technology. And then after that, I've been working in IT professionally since 2014 until today, so that's nearly 10 years. And also, I joined one of the community, which is called Google Developer Group. It started in Bali specifically in 2017, and I was the manager 2018 until 2022, and till today I'm still active in organizing it because I'm passing the manager role to somebody else.
Okay, welcome to Primakara University, sir. Have you ever visited Primakara University before?
Oh yes, many times.
Okay. Before that, may I ask, what are you currently working?
Oh, sure. So currently I'm working as a field manager, that's on paper. It's a company in Mungu. I work at a company called Incentro. Incentro is a digital agency globally. We have many, what we call themselves. The headquarters is in Netherlands, Amsterdam, and we just opened a new branch here in Bali for 1 year. So mostly day to day I manage project and also act as a tech lead in the team because currently our team is small, so I kind of overlap with those two job desks as a manager and also as a tech lead.
Okay, so we are going to...
Okay, alright. Before we get into the Q&A, Mr. Prabu, could you share a little about your journey in your IT field? For example, how did you start your career in IT and inspired you?
Okay. So back when I was in high school or junior high, around 12 or 13 years old, this is a little backstory. My parents never gave me any console gaming, PlayStation, Sega, all this old style, but my mom brought me a computer. So she allowed me to play computers. Oh, and also she doesn't allow me to watch TV, so it was pretty kind of Western culture. So from that, I played computer games, and then it triggered me on playing like mostly strategy games. How do they make these kind of games? How do they interact each other? So that's when I got interested in kind of, we don't call them AI back in the day. I forgot what's the term. It was not hype as today, but something similar like that. Only more related to IT. That was continuing till high school until I was 16, 17, and then when I went to college, I was intended to go to electricity major because I really love physics and math. And then I asked around, do some survey, what's the job market like in the next 5 years, 10 years, what's the prospect? And I asked like 4 or 5 people, all of them suggest me to go to IT. I was not aware of IT at that moment. I guess I'll just give it a try, and then I tried it in college for IT, and at first year I didn't really enjoy it. It was really new to me. But then after the third semester, I had to retake all my first year classes, so to rejoin again with my junior students. and then that's when I started to enjoy IT. I mean coding as a general, coding, and then after 3 years, then I learned web development. Back in the day, PHP was very, I mean, almost all people use PHP. In fact, till today still. But I didn't really enjoy it. What's this? I mean, what kind of language is this? Because back in the day, I was learning Java, so it's really different in web development, and I don't really enjoyed it. And then after a year or 2 years, I started to learn a different language, which is called Ruby. And then I started to like, oh, this is how web works, and I learned a little bit about Java and Android. I didn't touch any iOS development. And then after that, I was seeing the job market. How's the job market like? Because back in the day, I have an ambition to create a very complex game from Indonesia. I wanted to create a Grand Theft Auto but in Indonesian version. That was my kind of ambition. But when I learned web and then I see the job market, see the opportunities, most people goes to the web. I mean, if you want to make quick money, easy money, just learn web. So that's why I just shift focus. But I didn't bury my ambition deep. It's still somewhere in my head too.
Oh, my English isn't great, but I start studying every day after this.
Yep.
Well, that's okay. Just practice more.
Alright, sir. Let's move on the third and final question. Can you share some tips and tricks for learning English, especially for IT purpose?
Okay. So in IT specifically, I always tell this to all other people that want to dive into this industry or stuck, is try to build something. Oh, sorry. Let me trace back. What kind of challenges are you facing in everyday life? Whatever, and try to think, how can I simplify this challenge, or how can I find a solution from this challenge where digitally or IT can help. A simple example is build an app for taking notes of your expenses. So let's say every day you're going to a mini market, or going to a market, or going to a gas station, you buy something, you input it to your app. There you can find some issues, because this is my another tip is, you need to learn something by just analyzing what is the issue. So say in IT, oh, I have an app, I have a product, I can identify, oh, there's an issue in the app, I need to identify what's causing the issue. So that's a good way. So back to those challenges. So that's how I usually tell people, input your expenses, and from there, it will motivate you to use it every day. It will motivate you to build more stuff into it, and therefore you will learn new things. For example, let's say, how do I create a input in the web? Then you need to search for something. Here's how you do it. Implement it in your app. Next, what else? How do I make this data persistent in a database? What is database? Try to learn that. Get it, implement it in your app. Next thing is, how do I send a monthly report to my email? Then you will learn, how do I send emails from a server, maybe from data, and retrieve data from database. So because this app will never have an end line, always evolving. You look at Gojek, look at Tokopedia, look at Traveloka, always evolving, always new features is happening there. So that's how you motivate. The key point is motivation, how to motivate what you build your app is.
So those are some good tips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. based on the conversation we had. So it's important to learn English for the IT field. But if you are not fluent enough, you can learn from watching movies or maybe playing games.
Or sorry, maybe one thing is go to Canggu, go to Kuta, speak to people. Because I know it's not a Indonesian culture to directly go to a stranger and introduce yourself, but for foreigners, they are very welcome to that. So that's how you learn. Or maybe if you're in a campus or if you're in a company, every week set up one day, let's say for every Tuesday, all English. English day, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what practice is.
Yes, practice is key.
Okay, before we are closing the podcast, do you have any advice or closing statement for the students who are maybe interested in the IT field?
Maybe just one. Just feel confident because just create something, because there's how do I say this? A negative energy, especially in social media. When people want to build something on their own, people will just comment and give feedback and just hate them. This is a really terrible app. This is a really terrible product. No one will use your product. But you need to feel confident and feel proud. I built something. I built something for myself, and I just want to share it to everyone. So just feel confident and don't really listen to other opinions, bad opinions, just because you already create something that is one step ahead of those people that doesn't create anything. Just feel confident and just ignore those negative thoughts.
Okay guys, that was our Q&A session with a very cool guest star, Mr. Prabu. And yeah, we learned so much today.
Thank you, Mr. for joining us and taking the time to visit my university.
And maybe we can invite you back again in the future.
Okay, alright everyone, that's all for today's podcast. Bye.
See you next time.
Thank you.